Looks like everything's good to go again, so let's go ahead and resume taking on the side quests in and around Fort Job that have spawned. Let's make our way over to this ungainly guardsman to take on their quest entitled, You Had One Job. The ungainly guardsman has made a fine mess of things. Oh, curse my clumsy feet, I've really done it this time. I was on my way back from an assignment when weathering, when, would you believe it, I slipped and fell, sending the sack I was carrying flying out of my hand and high into the heavens. And if that wasn't bad enough, a massive beast from out of nowhere snatched up my precious belongings in its jaws and carried them off to the gods know where. Suffice it to say that if I return empty-handed, my commanding officer is like as not to put me on privy cleaning duty for a week. You must help me, friend. Alright, let's see if we can go find it. So the rain has gone away now, thankfully. But yeah, plot-based, yeah, that was so appropriate that when the we were dealing with Kalea's sorrow, the rain suddenly started to kick in. Alright, so this is what we're fighting. So get off the bike and start fighting. Hey there, Shima, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, I did notice that you just logged in. Yeah, let's go ahead and teach this Proterosuchus a lesson, or however you pronounce this. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we still have to keep killing because we have not yet killed the right one. Yeah, and this guy probably beat us to the punch. So we'll just have to keep looking for others. Incoming! Yeah, I do remember that this is one of those quests where you have to keep beating X number of enemies in order to retrieve the item that you require. Alright, load up for the big one. Alright, we got it. Yeah, the random number generator can be a cruel mistress sometimes. Alright, we're back. So let's go find that guardsman again. Yeah, here he is back at his post. Welcome back, friend. You found my supplies, yes? Oh, please say that you did. Just the thought of scouring the privy with the toothbrushes again is sending shivers down my spine. That's quite hard to say. Also, hello there. Could it be? Oh, but it is my sock. My lovely, lovely sock. And though it's looking rather worse for wear, the contents appear to be entirely intact. What exactly are the contents, you ask? Among other things, there happens to be a remarkable device that's been entrusted to us in the guard by the Crystal Exarch himself, who is said to have exhumed it from the Crystal Tower. Though it looks simply like a pretty round gemstone, it somehow has the ability to measure the concentration of ether in the air and matters around us. Needless to say, it's not something that anyone, not even the artisans of the mean, can just toss together. If I had lost it for good. But thanks to you, I don't have to think about that anymore now, do I? I know it isn't much, but please take this as a token of my thanks. And with that, I best hurry back lest I get punched away for my tardiness. Fare thee well. Yeah, fare thee well to you too, Roman Mythful. Ugh. And now let's head on over to Jonrik here, who has our next side quest entitled Of Graveyards and Gremlins. Jonrik is at wit's end. Oh, good traveler, thank the gods you're here. You will simply help deliver us from the unending nightmare. I speak, of course, of those gold-stamped gremlins who keep sneaking in to defile the graves behind our fort. Time and again, I have my fellow guards and I chase them away, only to see them come back in hordes, cackling and sniggering all the way. And if that weren't bad enough, they continuously berate us with an array of vulgar aspersions that, rather surprisingly given that their limited intellect, more often than not hit painfully close to home. But it's gotten so bad that one of our men, that was definitely not me, spent the night crying into his pillow after the last such attack. But I can tell you you're not one to let words around you, am I right? Of course I am. So I beg of you, go forth to the graveyard and be the gremlin smashing hero we need. You got it. Yeah, it seems like, yeah, Jonric here, given that he has a man's name, has probably been someone who's been taking a beating from these gremlins a few too many times. So let's go ahead and search the area and check it out. Yeah, there you are. Yeah, take this. Keep the rotation going. Alright, you're dead. I can go ahead and add some buffs myself while I'm waiting to attack you. Yeah, take that. Alright, so they're gone. So now let's check over here. You can neither see nor hear any sign of gremlins here. Well, that's good. But what about over here? They're at the far end. And in this case, there are gremlins to combat against and fight. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, spin through you and take you down. Yeah, take this. Yeah, I'm gonna take you out. And there we go, you're dead. Actually, I might not even need to use the teleport for this, since I can just simply fly over two walls. Hey there, Jonric. Do my eyes deceive me? The tittering and snickering is no more. Could it be? Did I dream? Have you put an end to the gremlin menace once and for all? Oh, glorious! That is to say, thank you, traveler. All the full job is in your debt. Forgive me, I got carried away when the topic turns to those nasty buggers. Speaking of which, do you ever wonder where they came from? I could swear I never saw one of them before the flood. How old are you? I heard someone say that they first started popping up after the Crystarium was built, that they came out of the tower. As for the truth, who can say, but all I know is that they're not bothering us anymore, and that's good enough for me. Well, good to know. Alright, time for the last fort job quest here, probably for now, because we might end up seeing more later on. So let's speak with the high-strung historian and his quest entitled Lofty Goals. The high-strung historian glares at the ground, muttering under his breath. Not bad so far there, Shima. We just finished Ilmeg earlier on this morning. Fools, fools, the lot of them! How can they fail to comprehend the profound significance of my fieldwork? Have I truly no recourse but to put my life in mortal danger in pursuit of knowledge? Oh, woe is me! Hello there. Oh, hello there. Forgive me if I seem a bit flustered. I am a scholar specializing in historical architecture and I have a mind to pay a visit to Luxan Loft, that I might assess the full extent of the damages sustained in the recent stand against the Ilmoran forces. I had assumed that the Crystarium Guard would be escorting me there to ensure my safety, but they insist they cannot spare a single man for the task. Why, it's almost as if they believe my research to be of less than the utmost importance. Maybe because it is? What's this? Not only have you set foot inside the castle, you fought in the battle itself? Surely fortune smiles upon me today. Would you be so kind as to accompany me on my expedition? You would of course be handsomely compensated for your services. Alright then. Splendid, then let us be off. My research has waited for far too long already. And so he goes. And we will follow. So yeah, it's our first visit to Luxan Loft since our battle with General Ranjit and the Ilmoran army. So it's time for us to check the area out in the aftermath. So yeah, now we have elven knights prowling the field. And our high-strung historian's right over there. Excuse me. We're about to be attacked. Why did I have a feeling you would do this? Yeah. Not only that, you have the creepiest eyes. Let me do a close-up on him. Yeah. This guy is creeping me out. He's got glowing red eyes and a metallic mask that looks like Jaws. His mouth almost looks like a bear trap. Alright, historian, where were we? There you are. I feared for a moment that you meant to leave me stranded here. Anyhow, as you can see, this place has seen better days. Truly a shame, is it not? I weep for all the historical treasures our realm has lost and continues to lose. In any event, let us have a walk about the premises and take a close look. I mean to examine the courtyard. Why don't you circle the perimeter and take stock of what you see? Alright. Yeah, just don't cross any paths with those creepy elven knights. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and check out the area. Can't remember if this stuff is on the left or the right. I guess that also doesn't help if we're not on the correct level either. And they say go higher. So right over here. This once proud castle wall has been reduced to a crumbling heap of rubble, no doubt having borne the brunt of a Sin Eater's devastating attack. And then over here, on the right, yeah, where will we be looking? Oh, here it is. Let's check this out. You attempt to open the weighty door, but its rusted hinges thwart your efforts. Whatever lies on the other side will have to remain a mystery. And finally over back to the left. Oh, it says lower. Probably around the perimeter here. Yep, right over here. Let's check this area out. Even as an elven knight looks at us. And I'm also joined by another Drawn/Aura. A stout rampart stands strong before you. Though it has been weathered by battle and the elements, it seems in no danger of collapse. Alright, back over to the historian. As dawn is about to arrive. And let's go ahead and reunite with the historian. Wherever they may be. Fully up on this tier. Yep. Hey there, sir. Ha, you're back. Did you have your chance to make your way around the castle? Pray tell, how did it look to you? Well, here's how it looks. I see. If I might, allow me to pose an old question. I realize that, unlike me, you are wholly an expert in such matters. But what do you think of this castle? Aesthetically pleasing, or aesthetically speaking, that is. It's most beautiful or it's a pitiful wreck? Well, I think it's beautiful the way it is. Yes, I could not agree more, my friend. For a layperson, you have a most remarkable eye. Although it has suffered some damage, Luxan Loft still stands strong as a singular specimen of this region's rich heritage and history. It was written in the histories that in the days of old, the elves held sway over all of Norvrant, yet they had no interest in establishing a nation, as it were, and thus were gradually driven from their homes by the other races. Realizing that they had to fight with their lives to defend their claim to the source, their ancestral holy ground, with their lives, the once scattered clans banded together, uniting under a single king. So was born the nation of Lakeland, and Luxan Loft flourished as the seat of the king. Shortly after, the elves allied with the Humes and protected the source from would-be invaders for years to come. Events took a turn, however, some 100 years ago, Elven dissidents from the Old Guard who sought to restore their race to its former glory banded together under the auspices of a figure known only as the Shadowkeeper, and a bloody revolution began. Luxan Loft, so proud and glorious, was bathed in fire and stained with blood, the beginning of the devastation that will continue with the flood and beyond. But going back to the revolution, I came across a most fascinating theory. You see, one school of scholars posits that... but forgive me, I tend to get carried away when the topic turns to history. Let us return to Fort Job that I might properly reward you for your assistance. Well, thank you. So, back over to Fort Job. Get some more water into me. Always a good feeling. Alright, let's reconnect with him. Hello there. Welcome back, friend, and thank you once again for your invaluable aid. Take pride in knowing that you've made a great contribution to historical scholarship today. Pray accept this token as a token of my thanks. And with that, I had best return to my studies. Farewell. And so he'll give us experience, gil, plus also some grilled platinum bream, which is suitable for dragoons. And so now that we've completed all the quests at Fort Job, yet again, and there's nothing at the operative, right? Nope. All good. So, as Dawn prepares to arrive here in Lakeland, it's time for us to get back on with the main story. So, back over here to Oriange, Thancred, and Minfilia. And we'll proceed to take on Oriange's level 74 main story quest entitled A Little Faith. Oriange appears lost in thoughts. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, these sites served not as man's final bastion, but as testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its external tides would drown out nigh every one, and did all but put an end to the religion as a whole. For the creatures which then did rise from that fulgurant deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both, whence came the name of Sin Eater. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. Yet there where is light there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow did then migrate to the Rak'tika Greatwood, but that is a tale for another time. For now let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. Alright. And does it seem to you this person is trying to dress up like the fairies that we found in El Meg? With this fancy outfit? Like, this is a Eureka outfit, I can clearly see. But yeah, I think someone was inspired a bit by the fairies. Alright, where is everyone? Well, they're asking us to survey the area, so we need to do that. Anything in the back? Yeah, I want to make sure we don't leave anything out. Yeah, because it is so easy to do that sometimes. Alright, we already checked that side. Alright, and we already checked over here. Alright, let's look a little more in depth. Like, how about over here? Oh yeah, that's right. This place gave me problems trying to figure it out when I did it in early access. But yeah, they hide this on you. Yeah, an underground cathedral of all things. Aye, this is indeed the church we seek. It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the church as I've seen until now has always borne the scars of decades of disuse. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the whole from the ravages of time, yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark. And its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls belong not to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the Knights Blessed. Who subsequently migrated to Rak'tika, yes? Indeed, 'twas beneath the shaded boughs of the Rak'tika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Oft and many times did Yulmore make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they are no fools. The exarch, knowing full well that Y'shtola in her seclusion doth labour to learn all that she may of the blessed in their past, 'tis why he sent us here, I now see. So what does all this mean? The tablet of which he spoke no doubt provideth a glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we better hurry up and find it. Yeah, search for the Time Worn tablet right here. Oh yeah, that's right. This is another zoom thing. Yeah, the tablet is right over here. Yeah, I don't know if that was necessarily warranting of the use of the telescope to do that. Or the spyglass or whatever. Yeah, hey guys, over here. Yeah, I'm pointing to it right now. Within the altar thou sayest. Yes, indeed. And so we'll go ahead and speak with Oriange again. Naught escapeth thine eye, 'twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious, these engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I'm not mistaken, they are written in the script of the ancient empire of Ronka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Rak'tika. 'Twill be no small matter to decipher them. A fine gift for our seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the exarch understandeth Y'shtola only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Yes, indeed. And so we'll go ahead and take on Oriange's next level 74 main story quest entitled Into the Dark. Oriange is ready to leave, but not before first offering a piece of advice. Ere we depart, there's a custom of the Knights Blessed which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be aberrant and everything it touches befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pains to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the Blessed that one's own name must never be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children and in rare cases masters their disciples. So it is that Y'shtola hath taken the name of Master Matoya. What? But she's over in near Idleshire. Lest we offend them, I bid you speak not her true name in the Blessed's presence. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keepeth vigil at the Great Wood's border. Yeah, we're just that close now to finding our final missing Scion. We need to get out of here first. And so away we go. So yeah, here's where the Gate to Rak'tika is located. Well met, traveler. What brings you here? We want to pass through. Yes, of course. Right this way. And so onward we go. Time to find our new location.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Rak'tika in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
And so yeah, this is essentially the final territory to find a Scion, so hopefully we'll find a Shadowbringers soon.
We have arrived. Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable.
Even with all the foliage?
Not so the swamps of Sidia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
Oh, and look who wants to come back and say hello again. You just don't know when to give up, do you?
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule! Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days.
You know no one invited you, right?
Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory
And
of
you think we
Garlemald.
care about that?
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy
And
to tell
so
you where
would
to
I.
stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows?
In this instance, we'll prefer the latter.
Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
I don't call this good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us
Are you serious,
fight.
Minfilia? Have you lost your mind?
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more.
Well, the only thing we observe is you constantly getting in our way.
Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
Ugh. So yeah, now we're stuck with him whether we want him here or not. 'Tis plain our Ascian counterpart needed to follow wheresoever we lead. Were it otherwise, he would not suffer the overabundance of light in these woods. Verily, it pervadeth every corner. As long as the light will morden remaineth, the sin eaters shall be free to prey upon these lands without surcease. If naught is done, 'tis only about time before the blessed succumb. 2 years past, a swarm of sin eaters did lay waste unto their largest settlements, killing a great many of their priests in so doing. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on. Wayward souls in want of a guiding hand. For mercy, Ishola hath provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thither we shall bend our steps. To Fort Gone. And so, it begins. Let's go find Ishola. Yeah, for whatever reason, we're not using the white aura site we brought with us. Is there an explanation to that? Anyway, we arrive at our first spot here. Hope we can find her. So, are we able to find any luck? Yeah, a lot of this stuff looks burned.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
But then... Uh-oh.
Surround them!
It was a trap to come in here, and now we're surrounded by Hrothgar. And elves. Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, we're just throwing our hands up. We didn't come here to die.
These Sin Eaters, they're not
Because
like
we're
the
not
others.
Sin Eaters.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
It's a Sin Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
Yeah, they are delusional. I can take them all out at once if you want. Please, we're not Sin Eaters, Kupo, or say nothing. Like, we can try and reason with you, but it seems like you're not capable of reason.
Perhaps they speak the truth.
Yeah, is the Nemet Silk gonna do anything?
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for
You're just
inflaming
as
the
guilty
natives.
as I am because you're standing with me.
You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to
Good.
the shade.
Yeah, screw off.
Good luck.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
He wasn't our friend, believe me.
I think I prefer
Oh, trust me, you don't. And now who comes to say hello?
Enough.
We know
Runar,
that voice.
report.
Thankfully.
Master Matoya!
Yeah, this definitely does not look like Matoya, but we definitely know who it is.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but... Are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
'Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy,
Yeah.
is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Well, if we all know each other.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades
So
lower
that we can also
their
lower
arms?
ours?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not.
Yeah, I guess I am a new face to you.
There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though he is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but 2 Light Wardens have already perished by his most puissant hand.
And we live to tell the tale, too.
It,
Oh, but it
cannot
can.
be.
Yeah. It's been too long, clearly. Nice to see you, Master Matoya, or you truly thought me a Sin Eater? Yeah, let's just go along with this. Yeah. Nice to see you too, Master Matoya.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons.
Yeah, do it.
Forgive us this
Don't mind
hostile
if I do.
welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Rak'tika and its people.
Yeah, that's an order. And so, yeah, away goes her army. Yeah, she commands all these people, if you can believe it. Hey there, Ashtola. You have been busy since arriving in the first, I gather, but I would hear the tale of your travails in more suitable surroundings. With Fort gone yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate and you'll find me soon enough. And so away we go. But yeah, we'll be coming back here eventually. So yeah, we're definitely gonna unearth quite a few locations as we pass through. Not the least of which is going to include the area where she and the rest of the Blessed make their home. So this is where the place is. There you are. I was beginning to worry. Much like the Toeswood, this forest has a way with dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed. Alright, let's follow her in. Yeah, maybe it's the fact that we're riding on a motorcycle that gave everyone the impression of, like, maybe these people can't be trusted. And so, now that we've arrived,
Slitherbow is the largest of the Blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood.
yeah, assuming you've been using your powers to help them out.
I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple
Oh,
people.
don't worry, I wasn't expecting a hero's welcome anyway. I mean, we pretty much saw the one we got.
Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
I think so too. So yeah, let's go on inside where she calls home and explain everything that's happened to this point.
I see. And now you seek the light
Indeed we
warden of
do.
Rak'tika. In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own. My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I have come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can
that's
narrow
good.
the search.
Well,
Yes, please.
go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these
That would be a good thought. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, we bought you this.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me. Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
Yes, indeed.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer.
It's a good idea. You two always made a great team.
While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Ishtola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
You really think so?
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed.
Ouch.
If you'll excuse me.
Yeah, struck a nerve.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether
trust
he
me,
ever
he'll
will.
never get over it.
And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life.
And so?
That you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea for all of us at this point. So we'll go ahead and take our experience skill plus some brand new leggings. And so there we go. We have now officially been reunited with all of the missing Scions.